We're looking at a Heathkit DX-40. This is a 1960s vintage CW and AM transmitter. This is a very nice specimen, clean. It has been recapped, that is, capacitors have been replaced, which is a very good idea to do for all radios of this vintage. Look inside. 6146 in the final. Very hefty power transformers. Make it an ideal CW radio. The spec on this transmitter is 75 watts, which was the maximum legal power for the novice back in the novice license day. And this one probably has that input. The output around 60 watts nominal can be heard. And the power output on this, right about 50 watts. So it's doing a pretty good job and fairly efficient. Certainly for a transmitter of its age, it functions nicely. CW note is very distinctive of these radios. Little bit of obvious change in pitch as you key, but that's it's pretty normal for these. Kind of distinctive. Very nice to see these operating again. This was my first novice radio, novice transmitter, and since then I've tried to become proficient on rebuilding them, making sure that they're working properly. And so I have a couple of them. Here's another one. I have a third as well. And I like to restore them just to bring them back to their old grandeur. I think they're beautiful. I guess in the eye of the 50-year veteran radio amateur, certainly a classic. And see them back in operation again. So hopefully you will enjoy them and kind of put them back on the air where they belong. A lot of hams will take these and modify them, change them around, add keying relays, they'll add changeover relays, they'll drill holes in the faces and do modifications, adding controls for audio, for example. Cathode modulation, certainly not the best of sound, AM sound, but they do work. I'm a purist, and I like to see the radios pretty much exactly the way they were from the factory. And so aside from caps, sometimes you can't quite get the caps in the same layout format as they were from the factory, but the rest of the radio I like to keep as close to vintage and stock as possible, and so you'll find radios that I deal with just pretty much untouched and like they came from Heathkit. And that's the way I like it. And here's our DX-40 setup for phone operation. Have a D104 and in the back. So if we go into the phone position, get about half scale. Hello, 1 2 3 4. Test 1 2. Hello, 1 2 3 4.